Yo, what's going on, y'all? Man, this is Audrey Pittman with Over the Influence, bring the best out of you. And I'm bringing up this topic that I just saw in an article when this pastor is in Nigeria or somewhere in Africa or something like that. And he's teaching these young girls how to give blowjobs. The pastor was spotted using a cucumber as a practical tool for the female church members. He assisted them all in putting the cucumber in their mouth while he gave them a huge lesson on how best to give lip service for maximum satisfaction. Yeah, I just said that. Teaching these young girls how to give blowjobs. And you know what kills me is that the topic of who wrote the Bible, you know what I'm saying, living religiously versus living spiritually is a topic that I spoke upon years ago. Early in my faith and early in my awakening, this was something that I wanted to abide by. Any type of rules, do's, don'ts, you know what I'm saying? And I also learned very quickly that there is no do's, there is no don'ts. We are our own spiritual people going according to our beliefs and our inspirations. Whatever encourages us or inspires us to do something in particular is what we go according to. Now, if you want to say that was God, if you want to say that was the universe, if you want to say that was good energy that got you to the place that you was going, that's just what it is. But when you got shit like this, excuse my language, when you have situations like this, that you got grown men acting as pastors and ministers of the Word of God being what we know to be the Bible, saying that this is the way that we should be living. And you have this gentleman that's going on, got to be in his mid-50s, giving young girls in their early 20s instructions on how to give proper blowjobs in the congregation of other women and men. It's like, is that really what, you know what I'm saying, is that really what's going on? But you also have to understand that as our African people too, if you go back into our races where our original descent comes from, it's kind of like, you know, the rules are different over there. How they live is different over there. You can marry a 15-year-old. I've seen a 15 or a 9-year-old boy marry a 40-year-old woman. You know what I mean? And there's some things about our culture. There's some things about just history and the way people get down in general that just, it doesn't surprise me that it comes into question. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's a different country, there's different rules, there's different laws, and that's what kind of makes me wonder why we never went back anyway. Why didn't anybody go far enough and get comfortable enough back in Africa or back in those areas where they would come and tell the word as to why we shouldn't be migrating over there? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's not still an option or that that's just all over the world in Africa, and I'm definitely not down talking the continent in itself. But what I am saying is that as spiritual people, that I don't think that that's appropriate, especially for it to be done so openly. You know what I mean? Like, we already have all of these different situations when it comes to child molestation and pastors and preachers and fathers, speaking Catholic terms, going on in the church that, you know what I'm saying, I don't think it's appropriate. What can we do about it? I don't think it's really anything that we can do about it. So when it comes to questioning and inquiring minds, it just makes me want to bring awareness or bring light and shed light or turn on the light to the fact that when it comes down to your religion and your spiritual beliefs and your beliefs as an individual, those are the things that we have to lean on. We have to be careful where we're going to spend our time at. We have to be careful with the things that we're listening to, these people that we're following, because they change too. They have their own convictions that they have to deal with too. We have to go according to what works with us, best with us, because at the end of the day, we are all still all individuals. We have to follow what we understand to be our good covering, our good guidance. Personally, our relationship on a personal basis has to be correct, not behind anybody else, not behind who passes the plate, who collects the plate, who gave you a good word, who listened to what you had to say, who gave you that perfect word of encouragement, and for whatever reason you went to them. But I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So it is what it is, and I guess I say that because I have my own personal experience when it comes to being in the church, when it comes to finding a church family, when it comes to finding a pastor that I can listen to, when it comes to feeling safe as a child in the church. I can relate to all of those situations. I can relate to wanting to study and understand other religions, from Buddhism to Muslim to Hebrew to Christian to Catholic to Palestinian. You know what I mean? I've thought about all of that. I've thought about all of that. If I tried to read all of those books in my life, I would never have time to read anything else, to be honest, and to understand it. You know what I mean? But outside of that, like I said, when it comes down to it, your true beliefs and what your understanding is what you follow and what you need to go behind. So with that being said, I'm getting down to 5 minutes, and I'm gonna cut this shit short. If that's what you're okay with, if you're okay with going to a church where a man is gonna boldly, out loud, live his life by teaching a young girl how to suck his dick or suck a man's dick in public, then you go right ahead. I do not want that on my feed. You guys, that's not, I don't know how you're advertising your church or how you're going about doing what it is that you're doing. I'm not interested in that, and I don't know anyone who is. So, with that being said, I don't like that. And I appreciate it if y'all keep that shit over there. I mean that. Bring the best out of you. OTI, this is Adriel Pittman. Nothing but love, nothing but respect. But I respect myself first. And that shit don't get a thumbs up. Peace.